Hi guys, welcome back to Two Stroke Running and Repairs. Today I'm going to elaborate on my previous video about the button knot winch rope by George 4x4. I've got a couple of questions on the video about it, and I've been meaning to make this video in response, and I'm going to add in a little bit more of an explanation on how to use it, why I chose it, its benefits over other winch rope terminations, and do a bit of a demonstration so you can see that put to practice in real life. So first things first is how to hook it up, and I've got a nice big tree over behind the camera, so I'm going to drag the winch rope out there and then I'll bring the camera over and I'll show you how we set it up. But what you're going to need is your soft extension loop, the tree trunk protector, and of course the winch rope. Alright, so first thing you're going to do, same as any other recovery, put your tree trunk protector around the tree. Now I don't care what anyone else says, any other videos, I feel like you should always use a tree trunk protector. Just because you're using synthetic rope doesn't mean you shouldn't be using a tree trunk protector. What I've now done is I've got the soft extension loop, fed it through the two eyes of my tree trunk protector, and I'm going to sit that down nice and low at the base of my tree, just to get the most strength, most stability. Alright, now, real easy, you get your button knot, open up the two eyes on the soft extension loop, put them through, cinch them down, and now that is a rigged recovery system. Alright, now I've just taken up the slack. The line is not tensioned, it's just had the slack taken out, and you can see how those two button constricting loops are clamped down around the button knot, and then you've got it fed through the tree trunk protector there. Now, there are a couple of concerns raised about the durability of the button knot winch rope, and I can definitely see where you're coming from because it requires two very unique pieces of equipment. However, compared to similar products on the market, I feel like this excels as the soft extension loop is a separate part to the winch rope. It's not all in one. So really the main consumable is the soft extension loop, which with the chafe sleeve, and if you're using tree trunk protectors as you should, you really shouldn't be wearing out. And the other thing people ask, why don't you just use a standard winch hook or a different termination? And I'll show you a few of those in a second, but the main reason is the versatility that this does provide, because you have such a massive loop that you can hook to things. If you're not hooking to a tree, you can feed this around chassis rails, rock sliders, rear bars, axles, diffs, control arms, really whatever you need to feed it through, as long as it's not sharp. That's the key thing, as long as it's not sharp, to recover vehicles in a magnitude of ways, because vehicle recovery isn't black or white. There is always grey, and that's, yes, you should try and hook to a rated recovery point, but if you're out there pulling out, I don't know, Subaru Foresters, Toyota Corollas, vehicles that shouldn't have been there in the first place, or even some vehicles, some old mate's got a brand new car gone out, hasn't got recovery points fitted yet, you still need options to be able to recover that vehicle safely. And this gives you a lot more options than some of the other winch terminations I'm going to show you. Right, and the final concern people raised about the button knot winch rope was the price. And yes, it is pricey when compared to other ropes made by George 4x4. It is about $100 more for the button knot over a standard loop or a stainless eye. And then the sling is $85, but that's a complete winching attachment package. You've got to think, if you buy the winch rope as it is for $100 less, you've still then got to buy soft shackles to go and make your terminations, so you're looking at $50 a soft shackle, so now you're only $150 apart. And then if you choose to go for something like the G-Link, you're looking at $150 to $200 anyway. So by the time you kit out a winch rope with some sort of aluminium link on the front and a soft shackle, you're looking at a very similar price point to the button knot winch rope. The price is less of a deciding factor, because when you compare it, there's not a lot of difference in price anyway. So that's a little bit more information on the button knot winch rope. If you want to buy your own, george4x4.com, I'll leave a link down in the bottom. That's not an affiliate link. I don't get any kind of bonus from it. It's just there. I don't get paid for making these videos. Most of this gear I have bought with my own money from George 4x4. He does send me a few things here and there. Sometimes cuts me a little bit of a better deal. But I've been buying equipment from him long before that happened. Yeah. If you've got any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them. I'll see you on the next video, which will be comparing this to other termination styles. We're going to look at traditional winch hooks, the G-links, and just running an eye on the end of your winch rope.